the net result was that the convention was the most representative body that had ever been assembled in a governmental function in Alaska. We had people from Ketchikan, Wrangell, Petersburg, Juneau, Haines, Valdez, Cordova, Kodiak, Seward, Dillingham, Palmer, Unalakleet, Nome, Kotzebue, way, far and away, the most representative group that had ever assembled for a governmental purpose.
Tom Stewart was the fourth of 5 children born in Idaho who found his way to Alaska through his father, a mining engineer who worked the gold mines in Juneau. As a young man, he was a ski bum, but because of his role later on in turning the territory of Alaska into the 49th state, friend and fellow judge Walter Carpeneti once likened him to Alaska's Ben Franklin.
My father was a mining engineer, a graduate of the first class of the University of Montana in Missoula, and worked initially for the U.S. Geological Survey. He came here in 1910, engaged by Fred Bradley. The mountain across the channel is named Mount Bradley. And Fred Bradley had been the superintendent of the he was, at the time, the superintendent of the Treadwell mines, which was the big operating mine. But they were about to develop the Alaska Juneau gold mine, and he contracted with my father to come up here and spend a year or two and resurvey their mining claims to prove the claims that they owned against competing claimants up in the Perseverance Valley. In 1919, Governor at the time, I think it was Riggs, I'm not sure, appointed him to be the territorial mine inspector. And for the next 30 years, until 1949, that was the position that he held. Well, I had a scholarship to the Colorado School of Mines, but I decided I didn't want to be a mining engineer. So the state of Washington offered Alaskans from the territory of Alaska the same terms going to their state schools as residents of Washington. So it was a much more developed facility than the school at Fairbanks. And so I went to the University of Washington. I took a degree there. I started out in '36. But I didn't have enough money, so I came home and I worked in the mine here, not underground, but in the mill. My father distinguished my job as saying I was chief engineer on a number 2 shovel. I moved muck.